A, B, C, D. That's one thing, but A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. You get the idea. So we want to be gently suspended, and chances are, if you're a vocalist who's gotten sick, you've lost some of your suspension. Yawn space breathing, if you're an A approach student, A approach being the vocal technique that I teach, branding, yawn space breathing is a foundational aspect of our method. When we yawn, the throat space opens up, the larynx drops, the rib cage effortlessly opens. It's one of the most balanced forms of conscious breathing that we can do. It promotes ease, it promotes efficiency, it promotes strength. If you're a vocalist, you might notice that after getting over a cold, COVID, the flu, pneumonia, whatever, the throat can feel tight. This really provably helps to restore freedom. So I'm going to take you through a progression. I'm talking you're yawning. To quote my teacher, Trina Bourdaire, shout out to Trina, yawning is the gold standard of breathing. So try to elicit an actual yawn. I don't want you to fake it. I don't want you to cosplay a yawn. Try to really yawn. How can I know if I'm doing that, Eric? Follow your ears. Can you feel clicks, pops, maybe some air coming through? The eustachian tubes, the tubes in your ears that leads to the back of your throat, will let you know when you're getting the kind of yawn we need. If you're really opening up, the ears are open. Another sensory cue, your larynx will drop. Don't force this down. But if you're yawning, the larynx will drop. The little lump in your throat will drop down. And then it will come back up when you stop, which it should. Also, if you're sensitive to this, your soft palate, the hard palate being the part in the front, soft being the part further in the back where your uvula hangs. When you yawn, that should lift. And you're going to see my whole face moving. But the ceiling lifts, the sidewalls open, and the floor drops. That's what we want. But we want it to happen organically. Don't force this. So try to summon forth a yawn. Can you notice that your rib cage starts to swell open? It's not a big whoosh of breath, which is fine. So the diaphragm will start to naturally lower. As you exhale, try not to don't just plop. Think of trying to non-violently maintain this yawn space. So I'm yawning, breath comes in. And on the exhale, I'm exhaling with a gentle, that's not so gentle, but a gentle version of that. And can we keep going back to back with this? Let's get fancy. Can we do some ocean breathing? Now, if you've ever taken a yoga class, especially in the Western world, you might have heard of ocean breathing or ujjayi breathing with the directive of constrict the back of your throat. No, 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 immediately not. Not for this. We want to keep that yawningness, but with some ocean equality. So I'm going to Can you hear? So there's a calmness and an openness, and I'm using my diaphragm towel to denote when I'm inhaling versus exhaling. But I inhale, it's slower, then I exhale. So here's the thing. In the beginning, we get kind of an up and down, which is normal. We're human, so we get slowly and non-violently. Can we coax the body into this? A suspension of the rib cage. As a vocalist, A, B, C, D, that's one thing, but A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. You get the idea. So we want to be gently suspended, and chances are if you're a vocalist who's gotten sick, you've lost some of your suspension. To be reductive, suspension is breath control. Your vocal cords also have something to do with that as well. Like I said, I'm being reductive, but we need that kind of openness of the rib cage. We want to retard the descent. We don't want to plop down. Also, because we are making this sound, we're involving your vocal cords. So this is the sound that's made when the glottis is partially closed. If it fully closes, I would start to phonate or you get it? So we're stopping just shy of the vocal cords touching, which is also good if you're still experiencing some swelling or inflammation from whatever brought you to this video. So if you're getting over a cold, if you're getting over whatever, and you're like, oh, it still feels kind of wonky, we don't actually have to make the vocal cords touch, but we can still prime them, get them ready on your marks, get set, go. So I want you to play with this, kind of guiding you through a meditation here. And I want you to notice a couple things that typically mess singers up. For one, more blasphemy. Let your shoulders move if they want to move. I know it's like, what? But your shoulders should never move. I don't want you to do this. Yeah, that's bad. Yes, I agree. But sometimes when we're sick and we start to compensate by summoning forth other muscles, as we do healthier practices like what we're doing in this video, the shoulders and the scapula try to find a new resting place. So you might get, my shoulders are moving, but they're moving because my body is trying to reorganize. Healthy breathing can have an autocorrect kind of effect on our posture. Let that happen. Remember, get the hell out of the way. Yeah, let your breath use its wisdom to help bring your body to a place of balance. Now, last thing, inhaling with this wide open, yawning, still trying to feel this, it can dry your throat out. So you can close the mouth on the inhale and then open on the exhale. On the exhale, that breath is coming from inside of you. It's going to be nice and warm and it's going to do all the things. But on the inhale, you might want to imagine you're trying to yawn with a closed mouth, This technique seems so basic. It's literally so basic, you guys, but it really works very well. And so you might even want to test drive your voice if you're at a place where you feel vocally comfortable after doing this before we go to the last part. And you might like, oh, Eric was right. Now, if you're doing this from a place of, I just like this because it helps me stay in shape, go nuts. You can make all the sounds, but it's got to be connected to the body.